Beetlestone. I'm a London taxi driver, pianist with the Fallen Heroes, and occasional freelance writer.
My name's Emil Martin, and I'm the drummer and leader of the Fallen Heroes. There's no one else above me, I'm the top guy.
First question is, why are you getting a taxi today?
We're on our way to our weekly gig at the Blue Post in Rupert Street, Soho, 4:30 till 8 every Sunday.
So tell me about your other work as a journalist then. Who do you write for?
Well, I write very occasionally for The Guardian. I have done for The Observer as well. I actually write for a new TFL trade magazine as well.
Should we go boo-hiss at this point?
Yeah,
or?
maybe cut that out. I write a blog as well called Words on the Street, which is about being a London taxi driver. I'm kind of The Guardian's go-to cabby for comment on cabby-related stories.
So tell me about the what's your proudest moment as a cabby so far? Do you think then? Obviously, passing the knowledge is pretty cool.
Pride, yeah. I've got a rainbow taxi that I drove in the Gay Pride Parade.
Oh right, okay. How did that all come about? How did you get a rainbow taxi?
I contacted TFL in January this year because I knew they did a rainbow bus. I know they did one last year. I don't know if they've done one every year. And I thought I really want to drive a rainbow taxi in Pride. Really. I thought it was important to do it with TFL because if they're putting a Routemaster bus in the Pride Parade as an icon of London transport, why isn't there a cab there too? There should be a cab there too. I really wanted to put a cab right there in the heart of the London transport family with the rainbow flag over it for everyone to see. We're cool too. Come and get in our cabs.
I mean, traditionally, you do hear criticism from outside the trade that all cabbies are a bit racist and homophobic.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what's been your response from inside and outside the trade of having a rainbow cab?
Overwhelmingly positive. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, some drivers have been a bit funny about the TFL logo on it, but that's the only thing really that I've had from other drivers. I've had loads of drivers, especially when it first came on. And on Twitter I've had loads of drivers getting in touch saying they love it. I've had a lot of drivers beep in and giving me thumbs up and waving and stuff and chatting to me on ranks about it. All positive. Well,
I mean, ultimately that's because we're not all racist and homophobic, isn't it?
I mean I was nervous about it and I was really pleased that was what the reaction was like. I mean that's a big part of why I wanted to do it. I've still got it on the cab now, keeping it on indefinitely.
Yeah.
Was to show this modern open-minded face of the London taxi trade,
which is kind of
not these racist bigots.
As black cabbies, it's our responsibility to make every journey really special and take everyone where they want to go and make the customer experience so good that they realise why they actually sometimes pay a little bit more for a black cab rather than getting a mini cab.
I think the worst thing that black cab drivers do that is bad for our trade is just refusing to take people places because they don't feel like going to them. I think the trade is changing. Certainly, it's getting less. Talk about sort of white men of a certain age and girth.
But it is, it's representative, I suppose, of the changing nature of London. Really, we've always had a multicultural, accepting society really in London that you forget really when you go out to other places. You realise what a great place London is really in terms of its its diversity.
Absolutely, and that's what the rainbow cab is all about for me. It's not just about gay stuff. It's kind of a way of just saying everybody is welcome in the London taxi. That's kind of the message part of the message that I want to put out with it.
Absolutely. So, Ian, have you experienced any discrimination or homophobic behaviour from either the public or cabbies at all? Then, or has it all been positive?
I've had, as far to my knowledge, I've had 2 potential passengers refuse to get in because of the rainbow livery.
How do you rationalise something like that, though? I mean,
well, I decided that it was 2 things. One, it was nice to have a reminder of why it was important to be driving around in a rainbow taxi still.
Yeah.
Secondly, it was nice to have a mechanism to stop. I don't want to swear that much, but stop.
You can swear if you like.
bigots getting in my cab. Because I don't want people like that in the back of my cab anyway. And you do sometimes get, as a cabbie, you might have found this, people think, oh, great, as a cabbie, I've got an opportunity to bring out my horrible self. You know, all these people cooped up in their politically correct city jobs these days, where they're not allowed to slap the secretary's arse anymore, and they have to be respectful to the minorities. And they're great, I'm in a cab, I can be a racist bastard for a bit. And that is horrible. I've had a couple of passengers where I've had to just say, look, I'm sorry, I'm not a racist, I'm not having this conversation with you.
What about someone who is thinking of entering the venerable taxi trade?
Oh, game's dead.
Would you say the game's dead? I mean, let's talk about that. Is the game dead?
No. But I'd still say do it. I'd encourage people to do it. The knowledge, I mean, become a cabbie, definitely.
Why would someone do the knowledge when they could just become an Uber driver?
Because when you're a cabbie, you're freer. Oh, well, also, I mean, I did the knowledge. A big part of why I did the knowledge was to do the knowledge as an end in itself, because I thought the knowledge would be an amazing thing to do. There was no appeal for me whatsoever in being a taxi driver, just a taxi driver. I specifically wanted to be a London taxi driver.
Yeah.
Because I have the knowledge of London. I wouldn't want to be a London minicab driver at all. There's the romance in being a minicab driver. You know, I wanted to drive around in one of these, and I wanted to know London like the back of my hand. I think that's amazing. But that, you know, I've always accepted that there is a role for minicabs.
But minicabs will do that anyway. You can get, you know, it's always cheaper to get a minicab home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't object to people getting minicabs. I object to minicabs going around and being hailed in the street. Yeah, that's what I object to. They're supposed to be pre-booked. They're not supposed to be just cruising around, getting work. If they want to do that, then they should do the knowledge. That's what the knowledge is for. The traffic is appalling as a result of it, because you've got all the, you know, there used to be, when I started, I interviewed John Mason, who was head of taxi and private hire at TfL there.
Oh, really? Did
for
you?
a piece about the knowledge.
Yeah.
And I said to him about, you know, what's the point in having the knowledge these days? That's a devil's advocate question, obviously. I don't want to get rid of it. When you've got sat-nav and all this. And he said something like, he had no doubt whatsoever, if there was no knowledge requirement in London, the knock-on effect for bus reliability, bus times, you know, traffic congestion, all of that would be disastrous. Because the whole point of the knowledge is that if you hail a cab, you get in the back, you give the driver the destination. Even if he can't remember exactly where it is, he can start moving in the right direction straight away and then start thinking about it. He's not holding everybody up.
Absolutely.
And he can do a turn in a minute space because of his turning circle. So if you're going to hail on the street, if you're going to apply for hire on the street, like a cab does, you need to be able to start moving as soon as the passenger gets in, and you need to be able to turn round in a really tight space. And so we've suddenly got an extra 20,000 drivers, because it's not just Uber, loads of them have apps as well. So there's all these minicab drivers are now just cruising around in central London when they used to be parked up at an office waiting for a call to come in. So you've got tens of thousands more vehicles clogging up the streets. And then when someone just jumps in, you've got to wait while they do a 7-point turn in the middle of a tiny little street.
Yeah, but while
it is a disaster for congestion.
Well, the answer is if you want to, you know, to make sure the public realise that getting a black cab is a premium product. You know, there's a difference between a black cab and an Uber or a mini cab. Yeah. The driver knows where it's going. He can set off straight away. It's a lot safer because he's been through the knowledge and he's had enhanced CRB checks.
I agree with all of that, but people don't want premium products now.
Well,
they do. No, they do.
I mean, I accept that some people don't, and obviously that's why Uber is. Well, I do.
Yeah, a lot of people do want to print. A lot of people don't want to get in a cab and go, and they say, "Can you take me to Selfridges, please?" The bloke goes, "Have you got a postcode?" Yeah. They just want to get in a cab and they want to go. Or they get in a cab and they go, "Can you take me to Billy Elliot?" And the bloke goes, "Billy who?"
Yeah. So where's your problem then? You're dealing for premium customers.
Yeah, I mean, people do still use.
Well, there
cabs,
you are.
The problem is the uneven-handed regulation of the industry. It's the fact that why should TfL turn a blind eye to one minicab firm when every other minicab firm adheres to quite specific regulations, and the black cab trade has to jump through really tight regulations to operate. So it's like saying, you guys over there, you have to do what the law says. You over here, you can just do what you like. And that is the beef.
one of the best things about the knowledge and being on taxi drivers. Absolutely anybody can do it. All you have to do is the knowledge, which is quite tough, but anyone can do it. It doesn't matter how stupid you are, how badly you did at school.
What about being a lawyer? Is that not a closed shop?
Yeah,
You've got to do a law degree and
Do
sit
you
at the
think we
bar.
should-
Thank you very much for taking part.
Pleasure.
You've been a fantastic couple of people to chat to, I have to say. It's been a real pleasure chatting to you. So
Likewise.
thanks for watching the Gentleman Cabbie. Click the videos to see more great interviews, and don't forget to subscribe.